What up, QC crew? King Day is in the mother building. Burn it up for
Warning. Everything said in this video and on this platform is strictly my opinion and all alleged. Here, we speak about hot topics on YouTube and other social media platforms for entertainment and conversational purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
What it do? It's your homie King Day here in King's Corner, and I am back with another reaction video for you. Now look, y'all. I was scrolling on YouTube and I ran across this young man's channel. His name is Will Keep It Real. Now, I've only clicked on maybe two or three of his videos and maybe watched a minute or so each because I was kind of going through trying to see, what he was working with. And it seemed like he has some really good messages on his YouTube channel. Now, I don't know who this message is for on today, okay? But I definitely know that the title of this video that I'm going to react to, which is Start Showing Up for Yourself, resonates with me so much I can't even explain. For whatever reason, within these past maybe 2 to 3 weeks, there has been two things that just flows so easily out of my mouth. Two things. When I'm giving advice about something, these same two things come to mind. One of them is time. Baby, the message of you cannot get time back. You can get so many things back, but you cannot get time back has been so strong in my head. It's unbelievable. Second, at the end of September, I said, you are going to start showing up for yourself. If you work a traditional job, you show up for your boss, you show up for that company. If you have children, you show up for them. You have parents, family, and friends, you show up for them. Sometimes you put your stuff to the side to show up for others. And it's time for you to start showing up for yourself. And so when I was going through his page to see which one of these videos, which one of these messages I want to present to my audience, and I seen start showing up for yourself, I said, that's the one. Time you can never get back. And if you are not using the limited time that you have here to show up for yourself and be the best version of yourself that you can be, you're wasting it. So look, we're going to go ahead and get into the reaction. I think I'm just going to pretty much let him speak unless I feel the need to pause. Y'all, look, I ain't going to hold you. I never do. If you fuck with me like I fuck with you, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. We're going to get straight into this video. Let's get it. Let go.
You'll never be confident in who you are until you learn to show up for yourself. And so one conversation I've been having a lot lately is a topic of self-esteem and just like how to feel good about yourself. And one thing I started kind of thinking about is how if you don't show up for yourself, you will never be confident in who you are. You will never feel good about yourself because you're constantly always catering towards other people, but you're never catering to yourself. It's like in every decision you make, you consider everybody else but you. I've been having conversations where it's like, oh, I constantly am people pleasing. I'm always there for other people. But then it's like, I never have the time to even acknowledge myself. I never have the time to handle my own problems, deal with my own emotions. We are busy in life. Like whether you're in college, whether you're right out of college, whether you just like work full time and stuff, like the world is constantly moving. There's only 24 hours within a day. And it matters so much how you spend those 24 hours. And so when you're working half the day and then you might be doing something on the side a little bit, like whatever that looks like in your life, you barely have time to really handle your own problems, let alone other people's. And so when you're using that free time to always go cater towards other people, at what point do you invest time into yourself? At what point are you growing yourself? At what point are you handling your own fears, your own traumas, your own insecurities and stuff, and learning how to overcome those? And so what I've started to realize is that when you don't show up for you, like when you're making decisions that you don't directly want to make, whether that's you saying yes in situations you want to say no, whether that's you not voicing your opinion, you not voicing your feelings towards a situation, Like, have you ever almost like suppressed yourself in certain situations because you were scared of an outcome, and you felt this heavy burden over you? It was like you were holding something in and you really wanted to get it out, and it was almost like you watched the moment go by and you didn't say anything, or you didn't like speak up for yourself, and it almost like caused a heavy weight on you, where it was like, dang, I really regret not speaking up for me. I can't believe I just held that in. I can't believe I didn't say my truth, essentially. And so your body physically like feels when you don't show up for yourself. And so it's kind of like hard to even be confident in who you are and feel worthy or feel lovable in certain situations, because you aren't even loving yourself. You aren't even making yourself feel worthy. You aren't validating your own emotions, your own feelings, your own problems, because you're always catering towards everybody else. You're always trying to be who other people want you to be rather than just being yourself. And so you feel like when you're being a non-authentic version of yourself, whether that's you going out and doing certain hobbies or certain activities, whether that's just you following along with the trends, whether that's what you actually want to do or not, like, you know when you're betraying yourself. And so it's kind of hard to even feel confident in that version of you, or feel like that version of you will get accepted by people, because you don't even accept it yourself. You haven't even showed up for that version of you. You haven't even acknowledged that version of you and validated it and actually embraced it and stepped into it and allowed it to just be you. You constantly think, hey, this isn't good enough, so I'm gonna try and be somebody else. And so now it's like this thing where you're not confident in who you are. You never show up for yourself because you've gotten the habit of constantly catering towards other people and what other people want out of you, or who other people want you to be, rather than what you actually want for yourself. You know, because this is a world where it's like, if you don't show up for yourself, then who will? If you don't handle your own emotions, you don't handle your own problems, you don't overcome your own fears, then who will? There's nobody that's just gonna come around and be like, okay, I'll handle your problems. I'll handle all your insecurities. I'll handle all your fears. I'll handle all the things you're dealing with mentally and stuff. Like, you have to make the time, you have to make the space to actually grow as a person. You have to make the time and the space to acknowledge your own feelings, process your feelings, process your fears. Why am I even scared of these things? Why am I even insecure about this part of myself? Where do I need to grow most in life? Because I'm weak in it right now. It's like, you have to make time for those things, and when you don't make time for them, then you catch yourself just always remaining the same. You're never growing, you're never becoming someone better. You're just always becoming who other people want you to be, and that's not really helping you at all in life. And when I say you need to show up for yourself, I don't even mean with just those things I just listed out. That could look like, hey, just going on a walk. Hey, not going out when you don't want to go out. Hey, going to the gym, taking care of your body, eating correctly, making sure you're gaining knowledge, and making sure you're learning new things, making sure you're doing things that make you uncomfortable and help you grow as a person, whether that's you embracing your hobby or doing a specific hobby, whether that's you staying consistent with a specific routine. All these things kind of go into that self-care, which then goes into just really showing up for yourself, being there for yourself, taking care of yourself. And so you really have to get in a routine of showing up for you, because if you don't, then it leaks out on all the other places of your life. And, I think a lot of it comes from us always taking into consideration other people's feelings. It's like we try and become responsible for other people's feelings to where we always never want to be on the wrong side of them. We never want to be the reason behind hurting people. We never want other people to see us as a bad person. But it's like, you have to get to a point where you stop taking responsibility for other people's feelings. At some point, you got to show up for you, and in the end, somebody gonna get hurt. So you either hurt this other person because you decided to show up for you, or you hurt yourself because you decided to show up for them. In the end, someone always gonna get hurt. You just got to make the decision of who's it gonna be. And again, it's not your responsibility to make other people's problems yours. It's not your responsibility to always try and satisfy people or try and always get them to accept you. At some point, referring back to my video of being alone, you have to learn that hey, I'm only accepting whoever accepts this authentic version of me. You know, I'm gonna show up as me. Whether you accept that or not is not my responsibility. I don't care. I know I'm staying true to me. I know that, hey, I'm being the best version of myself. I'm being my authentic self, and that I wouldn't abandon that person to be somebody I'm not just in order for that version of me to get approved by you, or in order to finally be able to talk to you or something like that. Like, you really have to develop the mindset that anybody who doesn't accept the authentic version of me wasn't meant for me. Like, why would I want to be around people where I have to constantly put on this character or put on this facade in order to be accepted? Why would I want to be around people who make me feel uncomfortable and make me feel like that authentic version of myself isn't love? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just have to embrace that authenticity and just accept whatever comes with it, and learn to really just validate yourself, learn to understand that you're being yourself, and really learn to just understand that, hey, my differences, my uniqueness doesn't mean that I'm living life the wrong way, or that there's something wrong with me, or that I need to change who I am. It just means that, hey, I'm not like all these other people, and that there's only a handful of people, or it's a rare amount of people who are actually meant to be in my life. And really, you don't even want to be a person where you have everybody just in your life, where you have a million different friends and you have all these various different friends. When you're being your true authentic self, you really only gonna have a group of 5 to 10 people that you really consistently talk to, that really gonna be there for you, and that's really all you need. And so you might be wondering, why am I not confident in who I am? Why don't I trust myself? It's because you constantly go against yourself. It's like, you have your own ideas, you have your own beliefs, you have your own way that you want to live your life, but then you constantly go against it and go do something completely different. And so your confidence really just comes from the trust you have within you, the trust you have within yourself to figure out certain situations, step into the unknown, step into situations that make you uncomfortable, and really just go with your own intuition, go with your own gut, go after the things you want for yourself. And then you might not have trust in yourself because you're constantly going against those ideas. You might constantly always look for the approval of others and ideas you have to pursue after something. You might always be looking to other people to say, hey, is this what's best for me? Is this vision or this idea I have in my head, is that a good idea? Do you think I'm capable of making that dream a reality? Like, you see how you're constantly looking towards the outer world to seek validation for who you are, and then if it goes against who you are, now you just going after who other people tell you to be, and you're betraying that authentic version of you. You're betraying that unique side of you that has its own ideas, that has its own creativity, that has its own way of thinking and its own perspective of the world, its own feelings, its own emotions, its own mind, essentially. And it's like, you're not embracing that, but you're always looking for it to be approved by other people. And so you constantly go against it and betray it, and essentially really just abandon it, because it was until I finally started showing up for myself where I developed that self-love, where I was actually proud to be the person I am, where I actually started building myself into a version of myself who I wanted to be rather than who other people wanted to be. It was when I finally started creating my own story rather than allowing my parents to create it for me, allowing my friends to create it for me, allowing worldly values and what TikTok says and Instagram says to determine who I became. Like, when I finally took control of my own life, started showing up for me, started doing what I felt was best for me, living with the results, whether it led me to failure, whether it led me to success, and just trusting in my own intuition, then I finally felt good about who I am. Then I finally had confidence in who I am. I trusted myself in pretty much any situation I stepped into. But if I never showed up for me, then I would never feel good about who I was. I'm not afraid to tell people no. I know how many times out of the week I gotta go to the gym. I know when I'm gonna go do this specific hobby. I know when I gotta record. I know when I gotta edit and things like that. And so sometimes it requires me to say, hey, Will, you want to come hang out? Nah, bro, I got stuff to do. I got business to take care of. I got things to handle for myself. I gotta show up for myself. That might just be reading, gaining knowledge. That might just be journaling out my thoughts and getting things off my chest that I've been suppressing throughout the week. That might just be me being tired and genuinely just wanting to lay back and relax and just like take a deep breath. Like, this world is full of so much chaos and so much movement that it's constantly like easy to always be on the go. And you truly have to be intentional about making the time to really just slow everything down for yourself, process everything, and really just like take the time again to show up for you. But I appreciate you guys for tuning into the video. Hope you learned a thing or two. Be sure to sign up for one-on-one coaching below, as well as join the Discord. Like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
How y'all feel about it? Do you believe there was some truth in what he said? I felt him on so many levels, and I really honestly wish I had a person, or maybe even found, I wasn't gonna be able to find this video because it's a new video, but somebody on social media who made it all make sense. Why do I kind of feel less confident than others? Because you seek validation. Because you don't show up for yourself enough to even learn yourself and know yourself. Why am I not successful when I try and start this business and this business and this business? Because you don't show up for yourself. It's up to you to create that schedule. It's up to you to follow that schedule. It's up to you to set those boundaries. It's up to you to say no. And in some cases, it's up to you to say yes. Why do I feel like I keep taking steps back in my healing journey? Because you're not showing up for you. You done bought all the books to do the work. You done signed up for therapy to do the work. You done called yourself wanting to get a journal to try and organize your thoughts. Yet all that shit is sitting up collecting dust. Yet you reschedule every single therapy session you had. Yet you try and avoid things, and you out with crowds of people who don't care for you to be there. You out switching up who you authentically are to please the next person. You're not showing up for yourself. So y'all, I know this one is a short one, but this is one that I would hope to get you thinking a bit, and I will leave his channel down in the comment section if you guys want to check out other videos from him. But when I seen his page, I like what he had going on, and like I said, I clicked on a couple videos and watched about a minute or so to kind of see how he delivers his message. And when I seen his title, I just couldn't pass it up. If you are someone out there and you are not showing up for yourself, you have a goal that you are trying to achieve, yet you are not showing up for yourself because either you're showing up for other loved ones in your life, or you're showing up for that job. You feel like you don't have time for yourself. You're too tired. You're too burnt out. Let's try and reorganize that. Let's try and find a solution for that. Always try and make time and room for yourself. Easier said than done. Now, easier said than done. But get in the habit of loving on you. Get in the habit of leveling up you. Get in the habit of loving you. Organize your thoughts. Organize your life. Show up for you. And you may not be on a healing journey. You may have the perfect career or job, or maybe your own business. Your kids may be grown where you don't have to really worry about them so much. Or maybe you don't have kids at all. Your partner is 1,000% supportive. You have really good friends. But maybe you feel like you're always on the move. Maybe you feel like you always on the go. You don't get a chance to really just kick your feet up sometimes and relax. You got to go to this event and that event, and you enjoy the events. You got to go to work. You enjoy what you do for a living. You got to go take care of the parents. They getting old, and you enjoy that too. But you're not giving your mind, body, and soul time to rest and refresh. You got to set aside that time to show up for yourself. And it's not selfish. Y'all, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's figure out a couple of ways that we can show up for ourselves. Show up for ourselves so we can be the very best version of ourselves. Love ourselves properly. Heal properly. Our time here is limited. Be sure to spend some time focusing on yourself. No matter what you choose to do to show up for you. That's it for this one, y'all. Again, this is a short video, but hopefully this message takes you a long way. If you like videos from me and you want to see more is to come. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, because right now, King Day is out. Peace. The motherfucking building.